Hi, welcome to the channel. On this series we are following the Driffield to Selby Railway. So far this is now the Market Weighton to Selby Railway. Last episode we're at Menthorpe Gate Railway Station. This episode we're going to go down to South Duffield Railway Station. A little bit further down the line, that's our Menthorpe Gate Railway Station. We've come across this farmer's tanker, but underneath it we've got track bed. Remarkably good condition. You can see animals have been trying to dig down underneath there, so this being parked here has probably protected that. And we've also got a railway sleeper just in there. I can't imagine why a farmer would have brought that down here and all his track bed type material just to set this tanker on. So perhaps that's a part of the original track bed still there, and one of the sleepers. And at the back it's like a half sleeper, but nowhere as decayed as that. There's no license plate on it, no way to tell the age of this. I guess 70s would it be? You tell me. Any experts out there? We're going to continue down the line and get to our next railway station, and we'll show you anything else that remains. But as you can see, there's literally nothing down this side, which is where the signal box was, and any controls for any signals or points. There's just nothing there. Down this side all the fencing is gone, and hopefully they might get something where you can see the hedgerow down at the end. Okay, so that's where we've come from. All the way down there, there is absolutely nothing remaining. And then we've come across this hedgerow here, and then the line stops. It's all been ploughed up, the land has been repurposed, it's now a farm field. We can't walk across the centre of there, but lucky for us there is a public footpath that goes around the edge where we can pick up exactly opposite this over there. So that's what we're going to do, we'll pick up when we get there. So we're about halfway back to rejoining the line, and it came through the hedge somewhere around there, across this field. And if you look carefully you can start seeing it's raised there, and then we've got a bit of an embankment to go onto there. That's where the track went through, and then it goes onto that hedgerow there, and then we're almost at South Duffield Railway Station. We've come across our first feature since leaving Menthorpe Gate Railway Station, and it's really quite a nice thing to look at. I'm going to turn the camera around, I'm going to show you what I can see from my advantage point. That is back to Menthorpe Gate Railway Station. Now we are on a slight embankment here, and our railway line went straight across to where them clump of trees are there. It's all been demolished. We're now on a public footpath, and we can see that this is an embankment, and I'll show you it in a moment. Now I think what's happened is we've had a nice little gradual gradient raise up to take us across this drainage dyke here, and it goes under there. Now South Duffield Railway Station is just a short distance there, and you can see that this is an embankment and this side is washed away, and again you can see that's made of chalk, the white chalk in there. Who knows, that could have come from the Menthorpe cutting, potentially. We don't know. Now you have to remember that this railway was opened on the 1st of August 1848. Most of the railway stations were closed by the late 50s, and actually everything was closed between Selby and Market Weighton in 1965, that June of that year. So a lot of the features that we see could be from the construction in the early mid 1840s. Now going down onto the edge of the embankment here, we've got a boundary marker post. It's not an isolated one, because there are some more dotted along the bottom of this embankment. Now I'm going to show you this. This is our drainage dyke, and I think that embankment was put in to raise above these dikes, because without that lifting of the land you would never get an archway in the size of this. This one, the sides have gone, the tops have gone, they're down there in the soil there, in the water, because this land is floodland and it needed big drainage channels like this to clear the land. Now looking back towards South Duffield station, which I'm quite excited to see, it is a private residence. I don't know how much we will get to see. I'm out with my brother again, so you'll see him in the background. We're climbing back up onto the embankment. I'm going to go down the other side. I think the embankment's probably a 5-foot rise. Looking down the embankment this way, you can just see that that's straight. And then if we go to here, we can see this side is in much, much better condition. These may have been made bigger when the lines were widened, I don't know. But it's got the coping down that side still, it's got the coping along the top, and we've got the coping coming down here. A bit of that's fallen away and down in there, but remarkable. And that'll have the base as well inside there. Getting back up onto the embankment, there's a concrete post fallen down there, demarcation line for the boundaries. And I'm just going to take you over to where we can see what the embankment is made from. Now it's all washing away in the rain. So here we can see it's all chalk and flint, but we've got evidence of clinker potentially from the firebox, and we can see track bed here. I don't know if you can see that white building in the background there, but that's our destination. The line does get cut off, so we'll have a look at that in a moment. Before we get to the end of the embankment, as far as we can walk, it is dotted with fence posts. I'm showing you this one because I hope you can see this when I show you. If I go down there, it's still got 3 strands of wire going through it. How crazy is that? After all this time, it's still there. Now we're coming to the edge of that embankment as far as we can walk, because it's cut off again by a farmer's field, and I'll show you that. But we have come across a feature here which I will share with you now. There's our railway station ahead of us, South Duffield, a little known station with a very short life, but the building still remains. This is where we've come from. That was our drain just around here. This is our slight embankment, and we've got the edge of a field, which would have been the edge of a field originally. This is all grown up. We cannot cross that because that's now got crops in it. There's nothing to see anywhere, and whatever embankment there was has been demolished and ploughed away. But what we have got is evidence of a farmer's crossing. A typical railway post being modernised with this ironwork on there and a more modern gate. But it's still in situ, and it's the only one here. But our next stop is that railway station over there, but we have to go right round to get to it. We've made it. We are at South Duffield railway station. This was a very short-lived railway station, and it was eventually used as a crossing keeper's cottage. I will turn the camera around and I'll show you just how beautiful this building looks. There is our crossing keeper's cottage, which was once a railway station. Again, just to remind you, the line was opened in 1848 from this part up to Market Weighton. And this is another station where it was uncertain when it was actually opened, but it is on Greengate Lane and on the west side of Greengate Lane. We've had a bit of a look around. We can't see any original fence posts or anything, but interestingly, there is a piece of railway line, the metals capped off in the hedge there. fastened into the ground. I don't know why that's there. That is from Menthorpe Gate Railway Station, where you see this thick hedge just there. The trains would have come thundering through here. This railway line is not named until 1849. Sorry, this railway cottage so our line comes from where that hedge is there and would have crossed here on Greengate Lane, and this is the railway station of South Duffield, opening under the York and North Midland Railway, and it was last timetabled in the February of 1890, although it's thought that this station was closed in 1871. It never reopened again once the line was doubled in 1890. It handled such little traffic that they never really bothered to do anything with it. We're not far from Menthorpe Gate Railway Station. The line continues on down here. There was nothing here. We've made it. We are at South Duffield. Take two. And the gates that would have been here when it was a dirt track would have had your little wooden slats to cross the line for vehicles. When I say vehicles, it would have been horse and carts in the early days, and it never had a goods service. But thankfully the building still stands fairly original, and you can see the arches there, typical of this railway line underneath the chimneys. I hope you can see that there. I'm going to put some photographs up at the end. I've got an old photograph of this, but there are no photographs known to exist of this crossing in use. With the railway station in the background, it's been a very short episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next episode, we're going to be getting down to Cliff Common Railway Station. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel and take care.